Hello, little one. Are you tucked in? Is your pillow soft and your blanket cozy? Good. Let's take a slow, dreamy breath in and out. Now, let me tell you a story that floats like a feather in the breeze about a little girl named Ellie and a very special garden in the sky. Once upon a time, in a village nestled between rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived a little girl named Ellie. Ellie was a quiet girl with a stormy heart. She had a head full of sunshine and laughter, yes, but also a heart full of feelings that came and went like clouds passing overhead. She didn't understand why her feelings changed so much, and it made her feel lost, confused, and a little bit scared. The village where Ellie lived was a peaceful place. The wind hummed through the trees, and clouds drifted lazily across the hills. It dangled from a puffy cloud, shining gently in the twilight. Ellie blinked, then smiled. It wasn't a scary storm she felt inside. It was curiosity, and with it, a bravery that surprised her. When Ellie reached the top of the ladder, she found herself in a place unlike any she had ever seen. The houses were painted in soft colors, and the villagers moved through their days with gentle smiles. Into the clouds. The clouds were shaped like petals and ponds and paths. Flowers bloomed with colors she had never imagined before: misty bluebells, sunbeam tulips, and rainbow dandelions. And right in the center sat a soft, round creature with glowing eyes. All feelings, big and small, happy or sad, live here. She couldn't understand why sometimes her chest felt like it was filled with fluttering butterflies. We call this place the Cloud Garden because that's what feelings are like to us, blossoming, beautiful, and full of surprises. But Ellie felt different. Every emotion you've ever felt, or will ever feel, has a home here. As she reached the top, she saw the sky was painted with shades of pink and lavender. The clouds above looked thick and soft, like giant marshmallow pillows. Suddenly, a shy mushroom popped up from behind a moss-covered cloud. In the center sat a beautiful white flower, glowing softly. "Who are you?" Ellie asked. "Hello," it whispered. "I'm a giggle petal. I tickle your toes." She wanted to know why they changed so often and what they meant. "You know my name." She worried that her feelings would scare the other villagers, so she kept them hidden. Day after day, Ellie walked through her village, smiling politely at everyone, but hiding the turmoil in her heart. She wanted to understand her feelings better. That's what the Cloud Garden is here for. She laughed and cried and even got a little angry. And with each feeling she explored, she felt lighter, freer, and more herself than she'd ever felt before. We help you understand yourself better. And remember, Ellie, your feelings don't make you. They're just visitors passing through. While on other days it felt heavy and gray like a rainy day. Some days she'd laugh until her sides hurt, and a moment later, she'd want to hide under her bed. As she did, a warmth spread through her chest, and she knew she wasn't just holding a flower, she was holding a part of herself. She wished she could talk to someone about how she felt, but she was too afraid. She no longer felt lost or confused by her feelings. Instead, she felt connected to them, curious about them, and most of all, accepted. She had learned so much, but she worried about returning to her old life in the village. I see you. Worry. Exhale. You may go now. Inhale. Hello, joy. Exhale. Stay a while. Would she forget everything she'd learned here? Would her feelings return to their confusing jumble? She could feel the garden all around her, soft and warm and full of light. Your Cloud Garden is there, soft, safe, and waiting for you. Then, with a gentle nudge from the flower, she stepped onto the ladder and began to descend. "Wow," she whispered. "What are you?" "The Cloud Garden lives inside you now. You can return anytime, as often as you like, just by remembering." She loved living in the village. It was filled with kindness and light, but the Cloud Garden was nowhere to be seen. Had it all been a dream? She wondered. A single white flower had bloomed in the middle of the hill, glowing softly in the twilight. Ellie gasped. It was a feelings flower. "Hello," Ellie, it said softly. I am a sadness bloom. Some call me a tear. I catch your sadness and dry your tears. A soft, cool tear rolled down her cheek and vanished into the petals. Oh, she breathed. I needed that. But sometimes it felt as though she were living in a dream, moving through the world without truly being there. She wanted to share her feelings, but fear kept her silent. There were anger thorns, prickly but honest, and pride vines that stood tall and strong. She met worry wisps that were always tangled, but untied when breathed on gently. Then one evening, after a day filled with smiles and sudden tears, Ellie climbed the grassy hill behind her house. And then, just as the sun dipped below the horizon, something wonderful happened. A small silver ladder dropped from the sky. Without a word, she climbed up, step by step, higher and higher. It was a cloud garden, floating high in the sky. Welcome, Ellie, the creature said gently. We've been waiting for you. Ellie blinked. Of course, the creature smiled. This garden is where feelings come to bloom. Ellie tilted her head. My feelings? Yes, said the creature. Ellie wandered deeper into the garden, taking it all in. Ellie laughed, a real laugh that echoed through the garden. We're feelings? The mushroom said proudly. Just then, a deep blue flower shimmered into view. Ellie reached out and touched the flower. In a garden where they can grow and change and be themselves. Just like you, as Ellie continued exploring, she met all kinds of feelings. Finally, Ellie came across a clearing filled with all the colors of the rainbow. I'm your feelings, it said. All of you, all at once. Ellie gasped. But why are you here? Because this is where feelings belong, it said. Ellie felt something warm spread through her chest, something that felt like pure joy. The white flower smiled. With that, Ellie spent the rest of the day exploring the cloud garden, meeting new feelings and learning about the ones she already knew. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Ellie knew it was time to go. The white flower seemed to read her mind. You won't forget, Ellie, it said. Inhale. Ellie took a deep breath and closed her eyes. As she reached the top of the hill, Ellie looked back at the sky. Then, as she turned to walk home, she noticed something strange. With trembling hands, she reached out and touched it. From that day on, Ellie's life was different. She learned to breathe with her feelings, not against them. And whenever she felt overwhelmed, she took another deep breath and remembered the cloud garden, soft, safe, and waiting for her. Now, little one, if your feelings ever swirl or tumble, if you ever feel lost or confused, just take a breath. Good night from WhisperTales. May your dreams bloom bright.